Wow.
And that's what everyone was popping off over. So,
You know, this is just another showing that the Georgia region isn't messing around at all.
no, staying another lower PR player, sending North Carolina home.
Good Lord. Yeah, I mean, overall, you can't be sleeping on any opponent in this bracket. This
Absolutely.
bracket from top to bottom is loaded with
Yeah,
talent.
no. How many entries did we have? It's in the hundreds, 113 people. Top 32 is no joke here. That is really difficult to get. You have to beat generally at least one PR player to make it in, or at the very least, definitely beat someone who's right on the edge.
So with Mugen and Mugen and Dusk, pardon me, I was looking at Cola. Do you expect the Roy Ditto here?
I don't think so. I don't think Dusk plays Roy in the Ditto. I think he's always Game & Watch in this matchup, but I'm not 100% sure. Again, Dusk, we just had him on stream where he made a nice show of beating Agua 2-1. Let's see if he can carry that momentum into Mugen, who Mugen is a top 5 PR player in North Carolina. I mean, in Georgia. Really, really solid.
I mean, Mugen absolutely dismantled his last opponent on stream.
That makes sense. I mean, that's what he generally does.
So right now, what I would want to see is how Dusk can keep this type of juggling situation up, because that will dictate the pace of the game against Roy Solo.
That is true. You know, it's a weird matchup because, like the Donkey Kong one, Game & Watch could die at a ridiculous percent. You know, Roy can probably kill him with a side B at literally 40, especially if he has some rage. So really, really scary to be putting percent onto Roy without killing him, which is something Game & Watch does quite a bit. That being said, it's very hard, I think, for Roy to get in on Mr. Game & Watch. His sword doesn't have quite the range that others do, so he can't really outrange that up the out of shield, and he doesn't have anything quite safe enough. Ooh, finding the sour spot there, not going to kill.
Yeah, and right now, Solo, what we can see is that Dusk was off to a very quick start, but once Mugen figures out how to dissect your approach, he just racks up percent at an blazing pace.
Definitely.
And keeps you in disadvantage for so long.
And right now we have a solid lead for him. Not by much, but against Game & Watch, I think any lead is bigger than you think it is because of how light he is.
I mean, right now, Game & Watch could die to any errand.
Like that.
Yeah.
That was a sour spot fair, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was not even a sweet spot. And like we said, Game & Watch explodes. I mean, the two-dimensional man, when you look at this, the way Mugen is just pushing this advantage, you have to be afraid of his patented jab S smash, because I think Game & Watch would just die at this very moment.
Yep.
He's hit by that.
Oh, yeah. 30. Yeah, that's kill percent. Especially now. So Dusk gonna have to find these edge guards. That's where the difference is, because you know, a lot of people, Dusk known for having very, very good neutral, very good safe neutral, and basically just winning neutral over and over again until his opponent dies. But Mugen, you know, is a player on another level. You can't just simply outplay him 30 times. You got to find that stock, and there's the back air to do it.
Yeah, and the one thing that we're seeing is that Dusk is just kind of looking for a small opening to get chip damage, chip damage, chip damage, run away, and then chip again. What I would need to see in terms of one playstyle change is that Dusk maybe just needs to stop approaching Mugen. Like, landing on Mugen's shield, it doesn't seem like there's netting many rewards, and it's a higher risk than the reward possibilities.
Yeah, and he's getting these uppies at his shield, but he's not really extending it into much. The question is, can he keep him at disadvantage? Here we go. This is some guaranteed damage. That Nair almost killing off the top.
Yeah, and what we're looking at right now, Solo, is I think a situation where Dusk has finally started to mentally slow down and try and keep Mugen in disadvantage, because once Roy is off stage, there are numerous ways for Game & Watch to exploit that recovery.
That's true. Or it's not the hardest two-frame in the world either. So, that being said, though, dying at 90.
Yeah, I mean, you can't disrespect the Roy dancing play. The power on that, especially when executed in such quick succession like Mugen does, there is very little that they could do in that scenario. And great tech.
Oh, that air dodge, just barely finding his way back to stage.
See, right now what I'm seeing is Mugen is just trying to capitalize on this rage.
Oh, wow. But nice roll read.
Yeah, very good use of the fair by Dusk. He's been using that as a tool. We saw that a lot throughout the Agua set and continually right now. I think that is one of the hallmarks Solo of good Game & Watch.
This could be a dead Roy. Oh, missing the air dodge catch by like frames.
This is getting closer and closer by the second Solo right now.
Yeah,
the way Oh,
definitely, sorry, it is definitely Game & Watch's goal here to get Roy without a jump. If you can find a way to take Roy's jump and keep him in the air or keep him off stage, his options become so limited.
Yeah, and one thing that, you know, Game & Watch is struggling with right now is how Mugen is oppressing him in the corner just like that. So you lock him into shield, think of a safe option. He might go for a jab back here and immediately goes for the dancing blade. The way Mugen had conditioned him is on another level with these types of players.
Yep, Mugen just plays really solid Smash. Like, I don't know, like he's aggressive, but he's not over-aggressive. He doesn't overextend on you, and he just plays solid neutral, and then he's the kind of guy who is looking for his shot, looking for his opportunity. He's not going to nickel and dime you to 150 and find a fair. He's looking for his chance to kill you at 70.
Yeah, and you know, Mugen posted that Twitter clip of Roy needs this, where during the Smash Bowl, he was killing people with jab F Smash at like absurd percentages. But right now, if you do take this to small battlefield, I do like the stage choice from Dusk. It kind of limits the options that Mugen has to come onto you aggressively, and juggling is just 10 times easier right now.
Mugen, one of the best players in the state, like by a pretty large margin. He does not lose to really anyone but Cola and like Fatality. So, you know, if Dusk would, it's looking hopeful for Dusk right now. You know, even though he lost that game 1, it was a very good, very competitive game. I would say he actually did more damage and won neutral more times than Mugen did. He just wasn't able to find those stocks. So if he can fix that small gap in his play, he might be able to make this happen.
Yeah, and I think I 100% agree with you, Solo. If Mugen can limit the damage that he's taking from Mugen's, like, if Dusk limits that damage taken, but is able to keep extending this advantage state, there's a way where he can just simply steal a stock and then just hold the entire time.
Oh, terrifying. Wow, that was the boldest grab. Grabbing in the middle of Dancing Blade. He was just so sure that Mugen was going to drop it.
Yeah, I mean, that is something that, you know, another Roy co-main would probably do. You look for that type of opportunity to capitalize on.
Dusk has a PR level Roy as well as Game Watch. He has plenty of good wins with that character as well. Oh, fighting the 2-frame. Can he finish his food? Not quite.
Very close from Dusk, though. I like the idea of starting that disadvantage situation and then following him as low as you can to try and punish him for that.
Yeah, Mugen with the impeccable recoveries, though. Weaving in and out, finding his way, but the down air stall and fall, he was saving that one for a rainy day. Yeah, and he found his moment.
Yeah, great use by Dusk to actually hold on to that stall and fall. It gave him a different burst option in disadvantage. Unfortunately, Mugen closes it out now for Dusk, but now you got to avoid this damage, this constant barrage from Mugen.
What's he going to do? Yep, he's been doing that. Drop down nair from ledge so much, and Mugen finally calling it out. Doesn't find the hardest punish, but he does on the tech miss. Oh my gosh.
And Solo, I would say that's the hallmark of Mugen as a player.
Yep.
Where he finds that one mistake and just absolutely eviscerates you for it.
He will not let you get away with anything at all.
At all. I mean, if you want a clinic on how to play these two characters optimally at a high level, this is the set to watch.
I agree, yep. Oh, wow, the jab following up the dash attack, that is not a particularly laggy move, so he's finding a way to extend his advantage, even though there was a lapse in his hitboxes. Good jab there, big damage.
So, Solo, seeing that Dusk is kind of just falling behind at a more rapid pace, what option can he go for to try and stuff out Mugen?
Oh, well, that was an option, but he doesn't get the berry. He needs to find either 2 frames or edge guards, and wow, Mugen just weaving his way in. It's just so good. Like, these recoveries are what does it. Like, you know, Dusk is doing a perfectly fine job in neutral. He's winning over and over again. And Mugen is just too good at recovering safely. He just cannot find these kills. Yeah, while Mugen's killing him at 80.
And that's the thing. The way Mugen is holding on to these stocks for dear life.
Yeah, 157.
They're only accruing more value for Mugen. So as we look at how Dusk is trying to close this out, eventually he's going to have to take a break. There's that option. So now, Solo, how does Dusk win this? I mean, 125 on the board.
It sounds obvious, but make 0 mistakes. That's your only chance here against Mugen, is you cannot screw up a single thing or you're going to lose your stock. And so far, looking good, building up good damage. Can he find a stock out of this somehow? It will be difficult, but he doesn't die or get reversed, and that is very important. If that had buried, that might have been the stock.
Oh my gosh.
Wait a second. Oh, wait a second. This is so tense.
Right now, I'm looking for that down smash from Dusk.
Mugen looking for an F tilt, an up tilt.
And anything
man.
at this point.
The down tilt not quite gonna do it. Can Dusk find a berry or a down air? He needs to get him off stage right now. These neutral situations are terrifying. Finding the grab is the up throw gonna kill. And it does.
Takes him out. Mugen winning the set 2-0 over Dusk.
Look at the sigh there. He did not expect this to be as hard as it was.
Not at all. I mean, Mugen was normally very relaxed.